Hi. Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? So, I'm making this video because I have a group on Facebook called Woman Dialogues, and I want to give us some pointers of how to get back to ourselves because we as women, when we become mothers or wives, we forget about ourselves. And let's be honest, we do. And I know I have forgotten about myself tremendously, and I'm finally starting to get back to me because I had kids and I thought, okay, I gotta focus my life all about my kids, my kids, my kids, my kids. And then I got married. I'm no longer married now, but I got married, and then I was like, okay, it's about the kids and the husband, it's about the kids and the husband. I'm last. And then it was just like one day I just woke up and I looked at myself, and I had put on so much weight. My skin was so dark, and it was like my hair looked a mess. And it was like, oh my gosh, when did I become so ugly? I felt ugly to myself, and everybody else kept saying, you're not ugly, you're not ugly, but I felt ugly to myself. So I just started doing things to get me back to me. And so I just wrote down some stuff because I didn't want to, be like stammering over myself, trying to remember everything that I wanted to say. So I wrote it down. So it's called The New You. And it says, you have to find the person you was before you was a mom or a wife, etc., and make her better. Sometimes we lose ourselves once we have others that depend on us. But then when they are gone, we're lost because we don't have anything that is just ours. So what I wanted to do with that is I wanted, to have you sit back and think for a few minutes on some questions and answer them questions for yourself. So it says, what did you accomplish for yourself this week? So think back on this week of something that you did that was just for you and you accomplished it. Whether it was you finished braiding your hair, like if you're a person who braids your hair and you was able to finish your hair faster than you had before, or you was at work and you had an assignment and you got it done before the deadline. What did you accomplish for yourself this week? Not nobody else, for you. What did you accomplish for you? And then it said, what lessons did you learn this week that will help you? So excuse the noise. I'm so sorry about that. I'm actually outside of my old school. I don't know if y'all can see it back there. It's on the other side. But yeah, right back there, that's my old school where I got my diploma at. Right there. Alright, so back to the second question. What lessons did you learn this week that will help you? So, if somebody taught you something, you was able to incorporate that into your life for you, what was it? So think about that. And then, which day was your favorite and why? So which day of the week was your favorite? That you did something that you haven't got to do in a long time, or you did something new. Which day was your favorite? Excuse me if I look at ashy, y'all. I apologize about that. How did you take time for yourself? And I'm not saying, it has to be a lot of time, or it can be as much time as you want. If you was able to just the kids was gone, the husband was gone, or the boyfriend was gone, or whoever, whoever you with or whoever you live with, if they were gone and you was able to take a hot bubble bath for a little while, or you was able to read that book that you've been wanting to read, or watch that movie that you wanted to watch, or go and buy that outfit that you wanted to buy. You had that extra money, you was able to go out there and buy that outfit that you wanted to buy. How did you take time for you? And then another question that I had is, what am I grateful for this week? So what are you grateful for that you did for you this week? And these questions are just questions for you, not for you to like, what did you do for somebody else? No, this is, what did you do for you? And so it's like, that's what I want us to think about, because like I said, at times when we're mothers and when we're wives or we're daughters or girlfriends or whatever we are to somebody else, we forget about ourselves a lot of times, and I am guilty of that. I have did that more times than not. And I just started, what I did for myself was to get me back to me. And I'm still working on me. I'm not saying that I'm all the way there yet. What I started doing was, I started doing my hair. I started getting my hair done. I went back to braiding my own hair. I really focused on losing weight. And, I started buying myself clothes, because I didn't really have any clothes. Because all I was thinking about was the kids and the husband. They need me, so I have to put me in the background, because I need to focus on them. But then putting you in the background, you put yourself so far in the background that you forget about you. You forget, hey, you need stuff too. Hey, you need time too. You need to be taken care of too. And so another question that I had was, what do you want to do more of next week? So if you did something, a little bit of something this week for yourself, try next week to add on to that, and then the week after add on to that. We have to remember us as well. Then what do you want to do less of next week? So if you did something this week that you need to just stop doing, but it's hard to just cut cold turkey, do it a little bit at a time. Like this week, don't do it as long as you did last week, and then so on and so on. Then another question I have is, how can I improve myself? So what can you do to improve you? Like I said, with me, I started doing my hair again. I started wearing makeup. I started, getting my nails done, doing my nails. If I couldn't go to the nail shop, knowing that I know how to put on press-ons, I started putting press-ons back on. Excuse me. Didn't want to cough in your face. And so I started doing that. I started getting up and getting dressed, start walking around the house in my night clothes all the time. I mean, even though there's nothing wrong with that, but what I wanted to do was, I wanted to pull myself out of that funk that I was in. And so, and as I did a little bit of stuff at a time for myself, I started feeling better. I was less depressed, Then, I cut back on sweets and stuff like that to help myself lose weight. I took better care of myself, because many of you may know I'm diabetic. After I had my last baby, I became diabetic. So me personally, I really have to take care of my body, because now my body is basically attacking itself with this disease. So I have to take care of myself, because like, some people can get regularly sick and be fine. I get sick, and that was just like last night. I was at the hospital. I was at the hospital because I had got sick. So, it's just a few things that I want us to think on. And like, the last question I had is, what are you looking forward to in the future? So, our kids are going to grow up one day. And then, some of us may stay in the relationship we're in. We may leave that relationship, may not work out anymore. Like, me and my husband, we no longer together, we done went our separate ways. So we had to think about our future without them. Because, like I said, the kids are going to grow up and they're going to move on and they're going to have their own life. And then, where are we going to be at if we don't have something for us to fill that void. So a couple of other things that I had on here that I want to give some tips on, what you can do. I'm sorry if you can't see my face. I apologize about that. I know better than that. What you can do, here are a few tips that I wrote down. I'm not going to be much longer. Here's a few tips that I wrote down. I got: become more observant. Notice everything that surrounds you. The world is full of examples, ideas, words, wisdom, mistakes, and experiences. Become a more creative you. Let the artist side of you come through, whether it's singing, painting, writing, whatever your heart leads you to. Analyze your day. Before going to bed, spend 10 minutes thinking. Consider what things you did well and what things you can work on. Try to keep a positive mindset no matter what happens in your life. Inhale positivity, exhale negativity. Stop trying to make everything perfect. Focus on the process in everything you do. Help you grow. Forgive your enemies, but don't forget, but forgive. Let go of grudges, because a lot of times we hold on to stuff and it swallows us up. Like, we'll hold on to something that happened 10, 15 years ago. What we need to do now in our lives is try our best to work on not holding grudges and forgiving people, because we have to remember, forgiving someone is not for them. It's for us. Forgiving a person is for us, because it helps us grow and it helps us do better and it helps us become better. So decide on your future and stay focused and on track. So if you decide that there's a career or something that you want to do, get your plan together for that and stay on track with it and stay focused. Don't let things take your focus away. I know things happen in life. It's not going to always be perfect. It's not going to, always happen the way we want to have. But as long as we keep in our mind that this is what we're going to do, we're going to stay focused and we're going to get it done. Like when the pandemic happened, that could have put a roadblock in me graduating, getting my diploma. But instead, they had us doing it online from home. And I was used to that classroom atmosphere. But I didn't let that deter me. I kept on going. If I had to ask a million questions to the teacher, okay, I'm not understanding this, I need help. Or I asked other people that I knew was good in school, I asked them for help. I kept my focus because that was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to get my diploma because I wanted to move on and get my career. And yeah, I'm 41 years old and I'm just getting into my career. But guess what? As long as I'm still alive, I'm still young enough to do it. You're never too old. Face your fears to overcome them and become courageous. Back to me getting my diploma, me becoming a CNA. That was my fear. I was afraid that I wasn't smart enough to finish school. So that was my fear. But I didn't let it take over my life. Another fear was a fear of me losing my husband. That was a fear. I was scared. I was trying, my best to get him back, to, get the relationship back. But I had to let that go and I had to become courageous. I was scared to be alone. I'm going to just put it out there. I was afraid to be alone. But guess what? The Lord had something else in plan. Allow the kid in you to come out and have fun. Sometimes or all the time. We got to stop thinking, oh, I'm an adult now, so I can't have fun. I can't do this. I can't do that. Guess what? You can have fun as an adult. You want to go roller skating, go roller skating. You want to ride a bike, go ride a bike. You want to play board games, play board games. You want to play hopscotch, play hopscotch. You want to jump rope, jump rope. Have fun. Become that kid again. Don't forget to be an adult. Not saying stop being an adult, but sometimes let that child that you locked up in that box inside of you come out and have fun. Review your body language. Stand in the mirror and start acting confident. Even if you don't feel it, act it. It will come out. It will. You just stand in that mirror every day and say, I'm confident. I'm brave. I can do whatever is set in front of me. You know, you just have to believe it in order for it to happen. Because if you don't believe it, then it ain't going to happen. Because can't nobody believe it for you. I mean, they can, but it doesn't work that way. You have to believe it within yourself as well. Get a mantra and repeat it every morning when you get up and every night before you go to bed. A mantra is something that you say to yourself every day till it manifests itself in you. So you get that mantra and you get up in the morning and you say it. Before you go to bed, you say it. Even in the middle of the day, if you need to, you say it. You help you become a better you. You help the new you come forth. And I'm telling you, this stuff works because I did it for myself. And so I'm about to end this video. So in closing of this video, let's sum up what we talked about and learned. Developing a sense of self. That means exploring your things that are meaningful to you. Accepting self fully. So accepting yourself, the full you. Knowing and acknowledging and accepting your strength, your weaknesses, which will strengthen your self-confidence. Give self permission to want. Give yourself permission to want things in life, to want a better life. Like if you want that new purse, want it. You want them new pair of shoes, want it. Wanting things that is just for you and no one else is the core of a healthy goal setting. Knowing yourself and giving yourself permission to want. It's okay. You don't have to say, oh, me wanting that is going to be selfish because I'm going to be taken away from my kids or I'm going to be taken away from my husband. No. It's okay for you to want something just for you. Live fully in the present. Sometimes when our self-confidence is shaky, a connection to our past or what we're worried about in the future challenges negative thinking and embraces. So you got to challenge negative thinking. So challenge that negative thought and embrace the positive thoughts. Because when you challenge the negative, like, you know what, I'm not going to think like that, then the positive is like, okay, I got room to grow. Develop your whole self. Discovering things about yourself and in your life is a sense of peace and joy. And when I discovered how much I love doing press-on nails, that's a sense of joy for me. That's something that's just mine. I got back to braiding hair. And now I want to learn the different styles of braiding hair because I'm still back in when, you know, you just did box braids, you did micros. But now I got back to the thought of I love braiding hair. And so I love braiding hair and I love doing press-on nails. So now I'm looking at videos and stuff of new designs for press-on nails because I want to design my own press-on nails. You know, and I'm looking at new braiding hairstyles because I love braiding. So just find something that is yours and remember to love you. And it's okay to want. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. And we thinking that if we don't give all the time to somebody else, it's wrong and it's selfish. Guess what? It's okay to be selfish sometimes. It's okay to say, hey, this is mine. I need this for me. So, you know, this was just a little video that I wanted to do to help others and as well as help myself, because even talking about it to y'all, I'm helping me. So, that's what I wanted to do. And like I said, I'm sorry if this video was super long, but I hope that it can help. Even if it just helps one person, it's going to make me feel better, and it's going to make you feel better. So I want y'all to take care. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.